What's up, JC Kids Online? Welcome back to our second week in our series called We Are the Church. I'm so excited to have you back with us. Last week we learned that the church is like a body. It's like your body or my body, and that God uses different people to do different things here in the church. We also learned that the church is not a where and the church is not a what, but it's a who, and it's a we, that we are the church. And today we're going to learn something brand new, and I'm so excited about it. But first today, let's check out our super main point. Our super main point is that the church is a group of people that loves each other and serves each other. I want you to say that with me. Are you ready? All right. The church is a group of people that loves each other and serves each other. And we have an awesome verse from the book of Galatians today. Our verse is from Galatians chapter 6, verse 10. It says this: "So then, as we have the opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are in the household of faith." We're going to learn more about the household of faith and what that means to you and me, and what that means to the church, and what that means about the church. And ultimately, we're going to see that we are the church. Well, I'm so excited for today's lesson, so let's go inside and get started. Welcome back. Last week we talked about the church, and we learned that the church isn't a what or a where, but it is a who or a we. We learned that we are the church. Now, you might ask yourself, what is the church supposed to do? What are we supposed to be like as the church? And today we're going to find out what Jesus said we should do as the church, the most important thing that the church can do. We're going to learn that today, and we're going to learn another thing that the church is. Right before Jesus died on the cross, he gave one last commandment to his closest followers. And we're going to read that today from John chapter 13. It says this: "When he had gone out, Jesus said, 'Now is the Son of Man glorified.'" He's talking about himself. "And God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify himself and glorify him at once. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. You will seek me. And just as I said to the Jews, so now I say to you, where I am going, you cannot come." Listen to this. Jesus said, "A new commandment I give to you, that you are to love one another, just as I have loved you. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Jesus was telling us something important about the church. First, he's telling us that soon he would die on the cross in our place, and that through him doing that, he and God, his Father, would get glory forever, that they would be honored, that they would be remembered, that people would know that he was the King of Kings. Jesus loved his disciples more than they could ever know, and he loves us more than we could ever know. He showed that by dying on the cross. But he said to them and to us that for us to show the world that we know him, that we are to love one another. A good way to think about the church is like a family. Like we are all brothers and sisters in Christ. The Bible actually teaches us that. This is from John chapter 1. It says this. It says, "But to all who received him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become the children of God." The Bible tells us the church is like a household or like a family where we are all related through God. God is our Father. And just like you and your brothers and sisters are related because you're born from the same mom or the same dad, we are related because we are all born again through Jesus. We are God's children. We are brothers and sisters in him, and just like with our brothers and sisters, we should love and respect all of those in our churches, all of those who are in the household of faith, as the Bible calls it. We should care about them. We should put them before us. And Jesus said that the way that the world will know that we are brothers and sisters in Jesus is that we love each other. Even if we disagree, even if we don't always see things the same way, The way that we show the world that we are his disciples, that we are his family, is that we love one another. This lesson makes me think of one of my favorite movies. If you've ever seen Lilo and Stitch, I love that movie. In that movie, Lilo says this quote. She says, "Ohana means family, and family means that no one is left behind." Well, Jesus didn't leave us behind because he died on the cross in our place. And through Jesus, we are family and we're not left behind, so we should never leave our brothers and sisters in Christ behind. We should never do anything but love them and serve them. Just like Jesus served us, we should help others. We should help those in our community, help those in our churches. And when we do, we will show them that we are the family of God, that we are the church. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to JC Kids Online. Before you go, let me remind you to check out the links in the description down below. First, we have a family discussion sheet. That's an awesome tool for learning more about the church, learning more about what it means to be the church in our homes, in our communities, in our families. Then I've added the link for our series song called "The Church is Alive." And it's such a great reminder that the church is not a building, that the church isn't just a meeting, but the church is you and the church is me, that we are the church and the church is alive. Well, if you haven't already, I'd encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put out a brand new video this past week called our Summer Challenge Series, Episode 1. I know you're gonna wanna check that out. And I know that you're gonna have so much fun playing along with us this summer right at your house. Well, thanks so much for checking out JC Kids Online. Whether you're joining us in person or still joining us online, we love you, we miss you, and we can't wait to see you soon.